So this will cover these scenarios, just if an agent wants to reach out to a customer, for example. And there's really two ways to make outbound calls here. And one is just dial a number. So as you can see, you may notice this phone number icon, this phone icon up here. If you click on this icon, you will see a dial pad show up. And here you can just type in a phone number and make a phone call. By the way, this is only supported, and we'll talk about this in a different sessions in the admin section. But it's only supported if the agent, the user that's making a phone call, has an outbound capacity for phone call. So if I, as a user, am not supposed to make phone calls, I'm not, that I'm, for example, a chat support user, something like this, I will not have this capability. It's really just for designated phone support users. So this dial pad here is a standard dial pad. And just really quick up here, it also allows you to set up your device settings, because you will need to use, your computer or headphone or Bluetooth headset to talk to customers. So you can set that up in your device settings. Going back to the number pad. So number pad here is just, as I mentioned, just a regular number pad. You can start typing in phone numbers like this. As soon as the phone number is considered a valid phone number, the call button will actually activate, so you will be able to click and make the call. Before I do that, I would also like to show, you can go in and change the number and so forth. We do not support 911 calls, emergency calls, and we do make it very clear. If someone types in a 911 emergency call, the Azure Communication Service does not support this yet. So we will not make that call. So we're going to let you know that. So you won't be able to make a call for that scenario. Going back to the other phone number. And this is a typed in phone number. If you click on this button here, it shows you the phone number that's going to be used for making the outbound call. This phone number is configured in the outbound profile, which we are going to talk about in a different session. That's an admin activity. But so for the customer, you can, for the user, you can see what number is going to be used in your behalf. For the preview, August preview, we're only going to support one phone number. But after that, we also looking to support user phone numbers as well. So you will be able to actually have a number that's associated with the user. So if you want to make a phone call as a user, so for example, if you have a designated relationship with a customer, you can select that number instead. And you're not going to use a number that's shared among other users as well that are reaching out to customers. So I click here on the calling. So this will actually trigger the call out and starts the calling process. As soon as it's connected to the Azure Communication Service, as you can see, it starts a outbound call session on this side here in the conversation control. As you may have seen here, the transcript in this configuration, the transcript was enabled. So I see it's a recording already. So it's actually recording right now what I'm saying, because I'm the agent and the call is connected. But I can just here and pick up that phone call. Oops. I got into the mailbox. It was a little too slow. But as you could see, the phone call started. I disconnected the phone call from from here now, from the agent side. But it's just a regular conversation, as you would see with any inbound call. So it's very familiar. We support transcript. we support sentiment. Once the conversation is ongoing, you will be able to transfer the call or consult with another agent, just like you would be able to do with any inbound call otherwise as well. So I'm closing out this session here, and I'm going to start another one. So the other scenario is that I'm going to do a click to call. So the first scenario was that I'm using the dial pad to dial in a number, but as you may have seen, it did actually look up that customer name because the customer is in the system. This contact information is in the system with that phone number. So even though I typed in the phone number via the dial pad, it did identify that customer. And this conversation would be stored as part of the history of that customer interaction with that customer. The second way to call out to a customer is just via contact, any phone number field really. So if I go into an active contact here and I click on this contact, you will see here the mobile phone listed here, or even in the contact information up here as well, you will see a business phone number listed. And you can just click on this icon here and you will start the outbound call. So if I click on here, it starts the dial pad and it pre-populates the dial pad with that phone number. And I can just click on here and make a call, just like I did earlier by typing in the phone number. So these are the two scenarios that we are supporting for the August preview for outbound calling.